Starbucks tonight tells a very different story. The coffee giant announced it is laying off about 300 corporate employees in the United States, even as its business performance that remains strong. In fact, Starbucks shares have risen sharply this particular year. The company recently reported strong global sales growth that beat Wall Street expectations altogether. So why the cut? Because this is no longer just about profits. It's about reconstructing again, efficiency, cost reduction, and preparing companies for a future where automation and centralized operation become more important than expanding large workforce. According to reports, Starbucks is also resolidating office operations as part of CEO Brian's turnaround strategy. The company expects a massive structuring charge worth nearly $400 million linked to office closures and surveillance packages. Now, think about the psychological impact of this trend. Even profitable companies, well, it is no longer promising stability. Workers once believed that strong company performance, it will protect their jobs. Today, that assumption, it is breaking down. And that is creating enormous anxiety inside corporate America tonight because, let's be honest, employees are beginning to realize something very, very uncomfortable. In the AI era, companies may continue growing financially while simultaneously shrinking the human workforce. And that is completely different economic model. And for younger professionals specifically, it creates fear about long-term career planning itself. Because if successful companies are still cutting jobs, then where exactly is safety supposed to exist anymore? Now, moving on to the second one, while global companies continue slashing jobs, one Indian founder, Unicorn, he has now become the latest symbol of AI reconstructing wave. We are talking about Innovator, the San Francisco-based healthcare company founded by Indians, has reportedly laid off about 340 employees across India and the United States. And the internal email sent by CEO Abhinav Shashank instantly grabbed global attention online. The subject line reportedly read, "Moving forward as an AI native company." Now that phrase alone, it captures where technology industry is now heading because according to reports, this is this company's third round of layoffs in 4 years. And unlike the older reconstructing announcements that tried to avoid mentioning automation directly, this time AI itself was replaced by the center of the explanation. Mr. Shashank reportedly acknowledged the pain openly, telling the employees it was a very difficult day for the company. He praised workers who had helped build products. In fact, support customers, carry the organization through very hard period. And at the very same times, roles, they were ending. Because the company now, they wants to redesign the whole operation around AI-driven system and automation heavy workflow. And this matters because Innovator, it is not some struggling startup operating out of survival mode. This is a healthcare technology unicorn, reportedly valued about $3.45 billion, backed by hundreds of millions of funding, which basically means even successful companies are reconstructing aggressively around artificial intelligence. And that changes the emotional mood inside the tech industry, and that too completely. Now, for years, Indian engineers viewed healthcare tech, basically SaaS platforms and enterprise software, as relatively secure career path. But now those same sectors, they are becoming testing ground for AI-driven workforce redesign. And perhaps the most unsettling part is how calmly this language is now being used. 2 words, AI native, operational efficiency, automation-driven workflow. These phrases sound very clean and modern. But what? Behind those words are real workers suddenly losing stability, visa, salary, and routine. And tonight, many tech employees are beginning to understand that AI disruption is no longer a future possibility. It is already happening right now.